Good evening slash afternoon. It's kind of a mix of the two because today's stream is very late into the day for good reason, I might like to add, and that's because I finished recording and then finished doing the first pass on said recorded video and then sent it off. So I got work done today. That's crazy. Not that streaming isn't work per se, it's just like not as work as recording. I don't know. That's how I think of it. Anyway, we're gonna have a little bit of a shorter stream today because it is already 4:17 p.m. for me right now. But as I said, as I tweeted out yesterday, I did want to go ahead and play some more EU5 because they did release the 1.1 update yesterday. So I figured we might as well take a look at it. I think maybe three additional updates to the beta happened since the last time we played EU5. So a couple things probably changed by now. I don't expect it's going to be crazy different, but we're just going to take a brief look at it, at least for today, and then we'll see. So, good afternoon, Telos and the Stalin DLRP. Contend EU5 was a solid okay. It kind of is feeling like a solid okay at the moment. And I don't suspect that's going to change too much. Probably. Well, at least not after today's stream, at least. That's what I mean. In the future, I'm sure, of course, they'll make it better, but... Let's see, France doesn't seem to blob as hard anymore. That's good. Might be the second campaign? No. Like, oh, what video I was recording. No. Not a second Harpy campaign. We have to wait for that one to run its course first. Wait for people to go ahead and watch all of that. And we'll see. Probably not for a while, though. But maybe something possibly Anbanar related. This is possible. This could happen. Right, so I heard a couple major things changed. I mean, we could just get into it. Hold on. Ooh, actually, before we get into it, I have an announcement to make, which is, I assume most people who are watching the stream have probably heard me say this before, but I am going to be gone from the end of this month, actually starting on the 20th. I think it might be the 19th, it might be the 20th, I don't exactly remember. Probably the 20th. All the way until the 6th is when I get back. So, from the 20th of March to the 6th of April, I am going to be gone. Out of the country. And that's because I'm going on a trip. It's very exciting. I'm going on a trip to South Korea. And then after spending a couple days in South Korea, I'm going to be heading over to Japan for about 9 days, I think? Somewhere around that? So, this is to say, I'm going to be completely out of the country, unable to stream whatsoever. I'm just going to be, basically MIA for that period of time. But in addition to that, it means that I have to make more videos ahead of time so that I can release them while I'm gone. This means that I need to make videos at twice the normal rate that I usually make them, which is usually, roughly about once-ish a week. About one a week, and then I have to, I stream as well, so... Yeah, that means that while I usually spend the rest of my time in a week streaming, I'm gonna have to stream less for the upcoming week and a half, 2 weeks, and instead I'm gonna be locking in on making videos so that you have stuff to watch while I'm gone. So that's just kind of how things are gonna look. If I release videos during that time frame, then don't expect me to reply. Good chance I'm gonna be on a hike in Fukuoka. That's one of the plans. We're gonna be doing a lot of activities. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I figured I'd let you guys know so that it's not a big surprise that I've disappeared for 2 weeks. It is perfectly planned. Don't worry, I'm not dead. Well, presumably. Who knows what might happen on that hike. Yeah, you gotta please the algorithm with pre-planned videos. Exactly. But anyway, that's that. We can get started right now on actually playing some EU5. You can turn this off because EU5 has good music. Alright. Speaking of music, they did not add in a volume bar here, which would have been cool, but that's okay. I'm gonna put that, like, here. Alright, a few more people have joined the chat, so I'd like to give a big welcome to Jason Lefebvre. Don't know how else I'm supposed to pronounce that. Alex and Giovanni. And I think I already said hello to Telos. Who else do we have here? John T. Wireman III. Didn't know we had such esteemed nobility in the chat. Welcome, everybody. I pre-record some streams. That would be a tough one. Pre-recording streams is basically like, what if I just record, but I don't trim it down? I just release the full thing. Because, I mean, each video takes me, what, like 12 to 20-ish hours of just, like, footage itself, raw footage. Oh, okay, hold on. We barely gotten started. Okay. POV are being raided. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, raiders from Saf's channel. You came in at the right time, because we haven't even gotten started with today's actual gameplay yet. We haven't even unpaused yet. Welcome, raiders. Presumably, Saf, you were also playing some 1.1 today. I think I saw your stream. Didn't have the time to pop into it, but I think I saw you schedule that at one point. Yeah, POV, you're being raided on both chats. This should be illegal, actually. Yup, and stream crashed. Let's go! What do you mean stream crashed? What happened? Chop the stream up into 20-minute segments to be released once a day. Back in the olden days, you could do that. Back, like, in peak 2013 YouTube, that was just content. That was peak back there. Back then. Hold on, my voice is already a little bit hoarse because I spent the entire day recording. So give me a second, I'm gonna have to chug some water. Okay, we should be good, I think. My internet died right as I started the game. Huh? Brutal. The internet said, maybe you shouldn't be playing EU5. Maybe this is a sign. If my internet also dies during today's stream, then we'll know that clearly streaming EU5 is not ordained by the powers that be. Make sure to switch to the live version. We are definitely on the live version. I go over to my Steam here. Yeah, I'm on live version. I don't know if they've made a difference between it. Maybe they added a few things. Anyway. So, at some point someone asked, actually it's right here, Buster asked, "Hey Corbett, what made you want to play Kyiv? Haven't touched them since my first campaign." And the main reason is because I heard that they fixed the rivers a little bit. I actually wanted to play Kyiv when I was going to play Brittany, when I did play Brittany. But I went over and I checked and I'm like, I think the rivers are just kind of messed up. And I think they're still a little bit messed up. Like, I don't know if they completely fixed these, but... like, for example, the connection between Kyiv and this location, for some reason, there's just nothing here. I don't really know why. There's just no connection here, which kind of sucks because it's the one closest to the capital. So it's one of the most important ones. Anyway. Wouldn't have had the same level of anti-French spite, though. That's true. Yeah, that was actually going to be my plan before I picked Bavaria, so you're right. Oh, but right, I should mention, actually, one thing. Before we get started. Is that I did install a mod. I know. Shoot me. But we installed a mod because forming Ruthenia is kind of lame without it. It kind of sucks. You get literally nothing from forming Ruthenia without the mod. So I installed, which mod is this? What's it called? Ooh, Workshop just crashed when I tried to go to it. So maybe we never get to find out what the mod is. But it's one of them. I don't know. Something formables, they added stuff for like every formable. So, Ruthenia, when we form them, we actually get like a bunch of things that make them worth playing. Other than just a name change. Some of these things might actually be busted. Like the 0.2 monthly prosperity is a little bit busted, I can't lie. A lot of these are actually probably a little bit busted, but that's okay. It just buffs production by 100% when forming Ruthenia. Nothing major. True, true. Just a few things like minus 50% proximity or something. Anyway. France is still busted, by the way. They took over a ton of stuff, had half the H Arena coalition, then won. Let's go. I thought someone said they fixed that, but I guess not. Anyway, what do we actually start with as Kyiv? 0 reforms. That's cool. There really isn't much to grab here. I mean, agricultural civilization gives us land progress. That's not too bad. Food production, monthly prosperity, we do like that. You know what? Let's actually define before we start playing the game. How do we want to play this Kyiv? Like, what's the main goal, main objective? What's the end game here? Because the end game when I played Brittany ended up being we become France and then we take over the British Isles. And then I got kind of bored with that. So, what kind of end game are we looking for here? We could decide to form Ruthenia and then create a Ruthenian Russia. Which I was hoping we'd get like a new name for, but unfortunately we do not. Because Ruthenia is tier 3, we get a bunch of cool stuff, and then we could form Russia, which... It's funny that they're like mutually exclusive in terms of the territory you need. But anyway, in theory we could form Russia and then get all these things too. From the Cossack-Mongol Empire. I don't know if that's within reach for us. Will you do some colonization? I mean, if we reach Siberia, maybe. I heard that colonization got crazy nerfed, which kind of makes sense, because it was a little bit busted. Like, the speed at which you could colonize was a little bit weird. But anyway. So we're gonna have our prince here marry the heir to Epirus, I suppose. That's cool. And what do we want? I think someone mentioned autocracy. Aristocratic court for the crown power. Aristocratic court. You mean autocracy, I imagine? Oh, unless you're referring to the law. Oh, right, we also have the Patriarchate. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what this does. Third Rome cost. Whatever you say, man. What even is an autocephalous Patriarchate? Clergy power, monthly religious influence. I don't remember actually interacting with these mechanics before. I have not played Byzantium, if you cannot tell. What is this? Byzantine rights? That seems like a mechanic that I'm not going to worry about for a while. Localized Pope guy. So we can reduce the cost to join or create our own autocephalous patriarchate. An autocephalous patriarchy is just a bishop who auto-governs himself with the authority from the Bishop of Constantinople. That's a whole lot of words. So presumably it just means you get to be semi-autonomous. So we're actually in the patriarchate. Okay, so this one isn't autocephalous then, is it? This is the ecumenical patriarchate of Constantinopolis. So we can create our own... What was it called? Autocephalous? Autocephalous patriarchate. So eventually we're gonna be like, sorry Byzantium, but we don't recognize your authority in terms of orthodoxy anymore. Right? Kyiv starts as autocephalous? Does it? We're definitely in the Patriarchate of Constantinople. I don't really know what that means, but hey, you know what? We're gonna go with... That's a really good question. Maximum tax for the clergy? I don't even like taxing the clergy, to be honest. We can tax the clergy later, when their research bonus doesn't matter. Right now it actually does matter. Speaking of research, we'll do this, and we'll do that, and we'll do this, and we'll do that. Anything else? Diplo capacity is good to pick up at some point. We might as well. What else do we have here? I think I do want to push towards land. Push more towards land. So right now we're at 50, which is good. But we could go further with that. Agricultural civilization doesn't seem like a bad idea. Autocracy on the surface is okay. I guess it depends on how many sons we have, because eventually it doesn't really matter too much. Force can reduce maintenance. Who do we even want to invade? That's the next question. Well, next question after this. I'll go with this for now. Well, how much power do you have? You have a little too much power for my liking. We'll deal with that later. Agricultural civilization. Crown power kinda sucks. What do we get in the next age again? Local army organization, that's decent. Ooh, the Tsardom. But like, do I actually get that, or is that like locked behind something? I forgot that we're supposed to like peasant max in Eastern Europe. I think. Hello Zyre and Hema Hot Dog. Did you ever play as one location you won Vassal before? No, and I do not want to. Wish you could check the mods from in-game. Kind of want that formable mod you have. Hold on, let me see, because it was just like a weird Steam issue. Oh, hold on. Hold on. National Destinies. Here we go. That should work, right? That's the one. There we go. Okay, watching you from Kyiv. Okay, we're gonna metagame a little bit. What should I do then? We got the resident expert. Okay, let's see if we can wait a little bit, wait a couple of years, and then we'll deal with that. What can we even take right now? Our proximity is kind of mid, but it does travel nice along the... I hope I don't get this wrong. The Dnieper River, I think is this one, maybe? Perhaps? And it does go all the way up into... all the way up into here. Yeah, that's a lot of tributaries. Okay, yeah, so we should probably be able to expand up into here. Maybe a little bit down here, but I wouldn't really count on it. Anything over here is cooked, anything over here is cooked. Unless we make subjects, and then it's a little less cooked. Speaking of, who do we even invade? Bryansk is a maybe. Bryansk would actually be pretty solid because if I just take all their stuff over here, then I get their subjects too. And that's kind of nice. How many hours do you have in the game at this point? Not a reliable method to know, but if I check my Steam account, it says 466. The problem with that, though, is that I played way more than 500 hours before the game even released. So, I have no actual idea. We'll go ahead and rival you and Bryansk. Right, we're gonna wait for that. Anything to build right now? Actually, do I get any claims? Any CBs? No. Except I can get the destroy rival one, right? Maybe I get that at some point. I'm just gonna go ahead and build... No, I'm not. Oh my god, I forgot. It's so cooked. We're both subjects of the Great Horde. Or the Golden Horde. So we have to build a spy network on the Golden Horde. That's cooked. Yeah, because the Mongolian cultural tradition. It's cooked. Alright, well, let's see. Let's go ahead and... strengthen legitimacy. Trying to figure out how much I even want to spend on this. Probably not much. I only just kind of realized that you don't need to spend that much on your legitimacy, because it's not even that important. And generally is not worth the money. I'll put like half a ducat in there each month. Stability, we could also bump up. Yeah, we could do that. Anything else I want to hand out? Cossacks. What do you even do? Block tribesman promotion. Monthly Cossacks rebel growth. Simulation of tribesmen blocked. How many tribesmen do we have? Let's see. Tribesmen. That's not very many. Okay, so the Cossacks basically don't exist for us. Not yet, at least. Shoot, here. What can I give you, though? Cultural influence reduction, efficiency of cabinet, that's something. Decentralization, allow migration, that's not a big deal, actually. What do you give me when you're happy? Who knows? We're just not going to tax you, because you don't actually have money. We do want to tax the nobility more, but we're also in Eastern Europe, so we're kind of peasant maxing. We might serfdom max, actually. You've inspired me to play it because you pick hard starts like the Inca, so I had to find that a harder start. Actually, one that I tried recently is Theodoro. Don't know how to make that one work. You don't have to build a spy network on the Golden Horde, you just have to have a claim on a subject of the Golden Horde. Okay, yeah, to be more specific, what I meant is if I want the CB, that's like the Destroy Rival CB, then I need a spy network for it, which I have to go to the Golden Horde for. But in the end, yeah, we might just like not worry about that. We'll just use the Parliament. We're actually going to grab this guy, because I'm going to use his other thing later. And then we are good to go, I think. Yeah, for the most part. Let me go ahead and pin the market real quick. Glad we already have a market, but how's that looking? No trade, lovely. Speaking of which, auto trade. And we kind of have to pay the Golden Horde, but not really? I don't know. In terms of things to build, let's go to here. Make some cloth, lovely. Maybe a bit of cloth. Bit of cloth, Tailor's Guild, Papermaker's Guild. Just set that up a little bit. Is Mongolian a good culture actually? Well, it starts off with really high tradition. Because there are so many Mongolian countries. Instant sergeantry in Chernihiv. Interesting move. You know what, actually, that's a really good idea. I kind of agree with this guy. Maybe we should do that. In terms of diplomacy, do I want to try and be friends with the Golden Horde? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, you can be happy, that's fine. I'm not sure if we want to be friends with the Golden Horde. We're already a tributary, so they're probably not going to invade us, right? But also, how on earth do we get them to shatter? Is that something that happens naturally? I don't know. Okay, you give me food production. That's something, I guess. You don't want to be friends with them? They're your shackles? Well, when I say friends, what I mean is friends of convenience for the time being until they break into pieces, and then I kill them. Is the goal to unite all Slavs during this run, or is the focus eastward? We could probably do a little bit of both. Oh yeah, I did consider turning on Fast Universalis. I don't know why I'm on speed 6 right now, and I could be on speed 7. It's not like I can declare war. Well, I could no CB. I don't know if I feel like doing that. Quick no CB on Bryansk. Golden Horde gets a disaster that can shatter them, I think. I see. Well, hopefully it happens quick, because I don't really want to deal with them. Kind of want them to die, actually. But let's see, who can help me kill them? That's the real question. Who is able and willing to fight the Golden Horde with me? Muscovy? I know in a way we're kind of rivals. Wait, are we both Rurikovich? We are. Well, I mean, that seems reasonable then, doesn't it? Oh, you're actually under the Tatar yoke. Interesting. Right. You collect tributes. Yeah, tribute. I don't know why I said it like that. You collect tribute from everybody in this general area and then give it to the Horde, right? That's how this works? Cathar Overlord should keep others in check. The Grand Prince can leverage their position to accumulate wealth and power. Right. So I can't join this. So I can't actually overthrow them, but that's okay. We should definitely still try to be friends, because I don't know how strong you are, but however strong you are, we're gonna need it. Probably. Oh. Okay. Not really. Muscovy pays the other princes, but gets protection from raids and immigrant attraction, plus prestige, I guess. Muscovy pays the other princes. Interesting. Privileges and duties. The duty of the Grand Prince of Vladimir to collect taxes on behalf of the Tatar Overlord. In return, the territory of the Grand Prince experiences significant migration from other members of the Yoke who seek protection from Mongol raids. Okay. It's kind of interesting that there's this button to ask to join the Tatar Yoke. I don't know why they even have this button when it's like you can't join. I'm pretty sure it literally says it cannot be joined, so I don't really know what that button's for, but alright. Probably if you leave and want to rejoin, but the rejoin conditions are, quote, never. So I don't really know how that works out. Byzantium and Bulgaria are probably your natural allies. Well, they don't seem like each other's natural allies. I don't really know how this is going to work out. Oh, do the Ottomans actually, like, kill Byzantium now, or no? Let's see, Serbia and Bulgaria are trying. And the Ottomans, I think they're also trying. We'll see. Yeah, I think any way that we can decrease our spending is probably good. I might even decrease diplomatic spending, because, like, how much value am I really getting out of diplomacy right now? Probably not that much. I'll improve relations with one country, build a spy network, and then I'll invade people. But in the meantime, money is used for building. Maybe not in Kyiv, because we've already backed up the building log here, but where else can we build? Actually, let's take a look at what kind of towns we have. One. It's in Kyiv. No, we have a second one. Poltava. Something Poltava's shore. I think there's something about a Sabaton song about Poltava. I don't know. Doesn't really have much of a shore, though. Anyway. Build a little bit of amber. I guess I could look into the marketplaces. Not the marketplaces. The rural buildings. Because... actually, does it still work like this? Should I want to build a bunch of these before I start urbanizing? Because these kind of allow you to access urban production in a sense. But are they worth it? How expensive are these? 34 ducats, and the best one is going to give me 0.14 profit. That's going to take a really long time to pay back. That's going to take a really long time. Maybe what we want in Kyiv is save up for... oh, we don't have any books. Never mind. Maybe we should build books. One scriptorum. Oh, there was a battle of Poltava between the Swedes and Russians. That's probably it. The Golden Horde was conquered by the Timurids, then destabilized. Okay, yeah, that could take a while. Build a spy network in Chernihiv, I think? No, we cannot, because they are a subject of the Golden Horde. It's the most fun region to play in your opinion? Probably still Europe at this point, because I don't think they've given too much attention to countries outside of Europe. Like, they can definitely still be interesting. But I think all of the... you know, you have a bunch of country events and all of the extra things from formables and all that stuff. Like, most of the attention in this game so far has been put into Europe. It's cooked. Is Epirus dead? Yup. It's cooked. Byzantium is also cooked. And who are you fighting? Oh, Chagatai. Oh. The collapse of the Golden Horde might come a little bit sooner than I thought. Probably don't want market villages until your burger literacy gets higher. Unless you need the production methods. Well, that's the thing. It really would be just about getting extra production, or more so, getting more buildings down. Because it's kinda slow to build things in Kyiv. It takes us, what, like half a year per building? Actually, I think we're looking at closer to a year per building. That's not very much. What can we do here? Increase ties to neighbors. And then we just use it for a CB? Well, let's take a look at who we have rivaled here, because I don't think we really need one for some countries. Like, we're pretty close. We have 18 spy network in the Golden Horde. We can probably just get a CB normally on Bryansk. But that's because they're a rival. Speaking of which, is it Volhynia? No, Chernihiv and Bryansk. Okay, well, I messed it up. You got a personal union? Well, I had a personal union, and then Epirus was killed, so... Why are you fighting these guys? Well, now I'm confused. Second war? War goal, liberate Volhynia. Oh? Do I need to go to war with the Golden Horde? Are we doing this right now? Because it kind of seems like we're doing this. It really seems like we're doing this. Don't, you'll be cooked. But it seems like a really good opportunity. Declare but avoid battles. Oh yeah, I don't want to fight them. I don't want to like actually fight them. They're gonna focus on you? That's probably true. Okay, let's really think about this. So how would we do this? We, I think, should do two things. One, we should use the Parliament CB to get claims on Bryansk. And then we should use our spy network to fabricate independence against the Golden Horde. Actually, can't I just make an independence league? Wait a second. Wait a minute. Because that saves me from actually needing a CB, right? Invite to the independence faction. I don't have any diplomats, but many countries would say yes. What if we invite... Oh, they don't like me. But Smolensk and Muscovy? We could try to just shatter the entire tributary network that they have here. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We will increase diplomatic spending. I think I am... let me really think about this. Ruthenia, can I declare war on you? No. Lithuania? Maybe. Ooh, not with Poland. Poland's not doing you much good right now, though, eh? Because I do want to invade Bryansk. But should I use the Parliament for it, or should I just use the CB I can fabricate? That is the question. I think the answer is we can actually ask for a law change and not use the Parliament on that. Yeah. Okay, so let's do a law change away from traditional distribution of power to favor the ruler. That's the one that I like to pick up. That's what we're going to do with the Parliament. And then we're going to start inviting people to the independence faction. We can invite Novgorod. That sounds pretty good. We can invite Serbia and Bulgaria. Hell yeah, I'm gonna invite Bulgaria. Absolutely. Oof. Okay, and then with my spy network, I am actually going to do this. I'm going to fabricate the CB to destroy them. This is going to require some pretty precise timing, but I think I can do it. Probably. Okay, we're going to invite, probably Yeah, we can invite Serbia. Bulgaria, Serbia, Muscovy, Novgorod. That's lovely, thanks. How's that war going? Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Pause. Can't tell if they just pieced out. I mean, did they just piece out with the other war, maybe? I can't tell if they lost that war. Or if they, like, white pieced or something. This could be an issue. Would be a very, very slight issue. Let's go ahead and... Actually, how expensive are mercs? Kind of expensive. We could get horsemen. And they would be very, very expensive. Maybe we do want horsemen. Can we build a hospital? Let's see, we have 750,000 people, and about 30,000 live in Kyiv. Could build a hospital, that's true, but there aren't that many people in Kyiv. Okay, yeah, we're gonna keep on inviting people to the Independence faction. And we're just going to monitor the situation. Because it seems like they're losing this... Oh no, they're winning this war. It's so cooked, man. Yeah, the battles are absolutely brutal. Could jump Volhynia. Maybe. Well, the thing is, it's like, if we don't actually manage to succeed against the Golden Horde, or if we look over here and it looks like, you know, these guys are cooked, then in that case, what we should probably do is maybe just go ahead with the original plan, which is destroying Bryansk, since they're also a tributary of the Golden Horde. But the thing is, like, they're kind of winning. And I don't like that. Let's just see who else will join. Smolensk? Probably worth having them join. They have a city. We do have a sergeantry. That actually reminds me. We could build some armored horsemen, which would be a good start. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna build some horsemen. It's good to have like one unit. It's not a big deal. Honestly, this might be cooked. We might not be throwing off the Golden Horde today. Never mind. Nothing happened. All that for nothing. Damn, that sucks. Okay. Well, maybe we can snipe Volhynia. Maybe. They're a subject of the Golden Horde. Let's go. Everyone's a subject of the Golden Horde. You're a subject. I'm a subject. Are there any more subjects I should know about? Are you a subject? No, but it's cooked. How are we looking over here? Pay me more taxes. You should also pay me more taxes, and you can pay slightly fewer taxes. Age of Renaissance. Now, usually it would be a straight, easy admin pick. Well, I do like max literacy, that's true. Expected cost of court. I don't think we're looking for admin this time. I do like the religious war CB though. What about this? Monthly diplomats. I never use marches. Does anybody use marches? I don't know. They're alright, probably. CB claims, market attraction, nothing. That's alright. That's pretty okay. That's actually really good. Subject income is good. War score cost, that's pretty solid. Ideas of tolerance. Prestige from land battles. Army tradition. Cavalry power. Levy recovery and combat efficiency. Non-culture levy size. Levy size. I kinda like that actually. It's just like the naval stuff is useless for us. Ooh, I could really go with anything here. I do like that they made it a little bit of a tougher choice. Because it was kind of free. Used to be a really easy choice. Now I have to think about it. Now I really have to think about it. We could do military actually. I don't often go military. Let me check religion around here. Pretty solidly orthodox. I didn't even realize this was all Tengri. For some reason I'm like, oh yeah, this entire area is Sunni, right? But no, it's very Tengri. Pretty orthodox for the most part. Pretty Tengri over here. So tolerance could be kind of useful, maybe. It's mostly about the levy recovery. Non-culture levy size. What kind of culture do we have? We are Ruthenian. Ruthenian is not very big, but does share quite a few cultural traits. We have East Slavic and Slavic. I think it is still admin hands down. Well, I mean, in the long run, the literacy is really good. We do like proximity speed. It's not as powerful as it used to be. Religious War CB is pretty solid. Nah, I feel like we're just gonna roleplay a militaristic Kyiv. for the first stage. Very expansionist, very militaristic. Maybe military focus. Yeah, kind of vibes based. We're gonna military focus this. New age. So do we actually get the tsardom? Wish my mouse wasn't so messed up. We do not get the tsardom. How do we get the tsardom? We need to be an empire. That makes sense. That makes sense. Proximity is more powerful early because of how it works. More... Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, it's more powerful early. But I mean... But, like, not as powerful as it used to be. Like, getting minus 10%. Getting minus 10%, I think, was always better because you already got, like, the minus 5 or minus 10%. I think it was minus 5. From having the land focus. Or whatever focus you were going with. So it would usually end up being your minus 20 or your minus 30 at that point. But now we get diminishing returns instead of actually more impactful returns. Escalating returns, whatever you call that. Anyway, we don't get tsardom. For some reason I thought we might get that. I mean, it's technically there, but we just don't get to use it. So... what do I want instead? Maybe a local army organization. But that wouldn't be very serfdom of me. And I kind of feel like playing, not historical Russia, obviously, but something along the lines of that, where we just do maximum serfdom. Actually, I'm gonna ask a question and then use the washroom real quick. What's the historical reason behind us starting with a massive amount of free subjects and then drifting towards serfdom? That's a really good question to ask chat, because I don't know the answer to it. And then I'm going to use the washroom. Let's see. The serfs were running away from other lands to Kyiv? Were they? I thought it was the opposite. I thought a lot of the Ruthenians, or I guess like a lot of the Slavs, moved up into Russia after the Mongol Empire swept through. Um... Steppes were very hard to govern and full of nomadic peoples. Yeah, but like not us. Not right now. At least not the way that EU5 portrays it. We have like no tribesmen. Serfdom comes with resisting the Mongols and other steppe tribes that would routinely invade, and they had to centralize power to survive. Okay, so the serfdom was in this theory a response to I guess the horde aggression. Speaking of aggression, give me a second. Let me just raise the army a bit. This isn't gonna do anything stupid, right? Probably not. I'm thinking, like, it's not gonna call in the Golden Horde. But of course it wouldn't. Oh, right, we have this button now. There we go. That's a really nice button, actually. Okay, so because we can't become a tsardom, we will pick up something else. And... right, I briefly talked about maybe local army organization, but I feel like role-playing as an oppressive, autocratic serfdom system. That's what I feel like doing. Actually, maybe just for fun, I play in a centralized manner. It's not optimal, but it would be interesting. In that case, autocracy would be the pick for that. Even though I don't really like the autocracy reform. It's actually one of my least favorite ones. Royal decree could be a way of doing that, actually. 10% crown power. Like, royal decree is kind of like autocracy if it wasn't bad. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna go with royal decree. Because the thing is, like, if I start min-maxing right out the gate, I feel like I'm gonna get kind of bored in this run. I feel like I'm gonna end up in the same position. Oh, don't do it like this. Don't do that. Oh, that's kind of cursed. Anyway, as I was saying, I feel like I would get kind of bored the same way that when I was playing Brittany, I just kind of took over all of France and then all of England in like the same day. And then after that, it was just sitting there integrating a bunch of subjects. And imagine ever getting bored playing EU5. I think on like the 17th run of min-maxing, it does get a little bit tiresome. Just a little bit. Especially if I want this to be like a longer campaign now that 1.1 is actually out, you know? You have a really good commander. Kind of. How about you split up, actually? I think that would be really cool. Oh shoot, I'm an idiot. They didn't even split up, I just did the same thing, but it took longer. Okay, well we're still winning this, but... that wasn't too bad. Oh, thank you for the free victory. Keep going. Oh, really? Don't worry, we can still fight. Okay, what am I burning down first? Probably Bryansk. But I need logistics along the way, so we're gonna take this. I don't actually need to siege anything here, I'm just going to inherit their subjects. You know, I guess if I wanted to make the game more interesting... actually... really? Hard difficulty for the player just reduces his state satisfaction by 5%. What about very hard? 10%. That's crazy. We could put player difficulty on hard, AI difficulty, what do you get? Normal already gives them buffs? Really? Why is it called normal then? Easy just reduces morale. Normal gives them buffs for some reason. Hard gives them more buffs. 10% discipline for hard mode is kind of crazy. Maybe I don't want historical AI. This is Iron Man. This disables achievements? Really? You need historical just to have achievements? That's kind of weird. It's not like I'm getting achievements, but still. Flavor. Historical's fine. Colonization. Do we care? Maybe? Okay, screw it. We'll play on hard mode. That should make things a little more interesting. Then we can deal with you, and that's your capital. Play the way you want. If you get bored and the stream gets boring, that's also kind of true. Because this will be, I don't know how many attempts it's been. One of the attempts of all time to play further in a campaign than the year 1500. Some of the ahistoric choices seriously mess with game balance, like no 100 Years' War or Catholic Schism. Oh. I didn't realize it was that bad. Okay, Bryansk, we'll take that. Actually, this is a subject of Chernihiv. I don't think I want you to be super big with this subject. Can I ask you to transfer this subject to me? Right, no I can't because it's not yours. Well, hold on, yes I can. Transfer Novgorod's Siversky from Chernihiv to me. Oh, and that's also from Chernihiv. Okay, I'll take that. Who's this? Actually, no, don't transfer that. I'll just take it. Well, can I? No. Because I'd have to siege it, and I don't really feel like doing that. Okay, you can transfer that. And then I want to occupy this. And do I have any proximity? Kind of. I take these two locations. Okay, I'll take that. These two. Money. You're kind of still too big as a subject. That's the problem. You need to be smaller. Yeah, that's better. We'll go with that. Anything else? No. 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 Okay. Ooh, autocephalous patriarchate seat falls. Okay, so this is the seat of basically a bishopric. Every member of the autocephalous patriarchate of Bryansk doesn't like us. And Constantinople gets influence. And people like me more? Really? Okay, I'll have to think about that in a second. How goes the new update? It is better than it used to be. Definitely an improvement over 1.0. Hi Corbett, first time seeing you live. What's your overall opinion of EU5 so far? It is getting better. Maybe not where it could be, but it's getting better. I could have sworn this would give me a permanent negative modifier. Whoa, hold on. Me when I literally can't even drag down appropriately? Hold on. Okay, I thought there was an extra thing at the bottom there. So people don't hate me if I do this. Autocephalous Patriarchate of Bryansk members. 2 members. Okay, I think I can live with them hating me. I don't think it's a big deal. Title makes it sound like EU5 wasn't good before. EU5 was alright before. I think I'll take this. I'm still not entirely sure what the consequences of this are, but we'll just destroy it, whatever. Does anybody care? I don't think so. EU5 was, on release, definitely one of the releases of all time. I'll maintain that it is a better release than many of the Paradox releases in the past few years. But it also felt like, while it had a good basis, it still lacked, I don't know, refinement, polish. A lot of the things that were added in 1.1. But at first, I didn't really realize how many parts of it I didn't like until a few months after release. I guess I should improve that cultural opinion. Because, like, on release, I was like, you know, this game is really good. And then I played more of it, and then I played more of it. And then I got really tired of, especially the subject rebellions that would drag you to war. And then they kind of fixed that in 1.1 a little bit. Let's see, who do we want to rival? Can I invade Ruthenia? Yes, I can absolutely invade Ruthenia. Absolutely. Let me do that real quick with a little rivalry and a spy network at some point. Maybe not. But thank you very much, Nando, for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Let me do a little... Does this command still work? There we go. Welcome in everyone on the Twitch side of things from Nando's stream, who is over playing Go on his channel. Fork found in the kitchen. Average Nando stream. Let me release somebody real quick. Yeah, welcome in everyone. We just kind of started off playing our new campaign of the 1.1 update for EU5. We're kind of discussing the way that EU5 was and how it is now, which is quite a bit better. I think I'm going to end up giving the rest of this province to this guy, just because he already exists as a subject. And yeah, you're fine to own this stuff. You actually, well, maybe not all of it. You can have that. And then we can release... yeah, Bryansk we can re-release as... Let's not mess this up again, because last time we made too many fiefdoms, and apparently all fiefdoms have their liberty desire linked for their strength, and then the vassals are separate or something. It's kind of weird, but if you can release a subject as a historical country, then a vassal is good, because you don't need to put somebody in charge. That's kind of the takeaway from that. Now, Bryansk, we're gonna give you this. And I actually will give you that. And then we'll use you to integrate. No, we're gonna use you to integrate. Let's go, Golden Horde falling apart, lovely. Corbett playing EU5 is also quite a fork found in the kitchen moment. That's kinda true. But I haven't been playing that much EU5. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't released an EU5 video since January, so... What's actually changed since 1.0? Well, they do have the patch notes, but... For the most part, they fixed a good part of the HRE. They actually focused a lot on Brandenburg and their disaster, so maybe they're a lot better now. I think they reworked some rivers. They added in the governor system. They reworked proximity. So that now when you get a benefit, it's usually like, we have this proximity speed modifier. So you get diminishing returns from increasing it rather than, what do you call that? Ramping returns? Exponential returns? I don't know what you want to call it, but... Now the more speed you get, the more modifiers, the less impact each modifier has. Professional armies in Genoa, cool. Lost a rival, fair. Chernihiv is now a subject, so that makes sense. 5 prestige does not mean much to me. Another rival. What about Turov? Ooh. Poland, right, of course. Halich? No. You guys? Probably not. Smolensk? We're actually kind of chill. Mstislav? Oh, Mstislav? Probably not, because Smolensk. We are friends with Smolensk. They're gonna help us beat back the Golden Horde. Actually, would now be a time to do that. Maybe. We're only slightly stronger than them. That's insanity. And I know the AI doesn't know how to coordinate anything, so... maybe now is not the time, even though they're fighting a rival warlord. Maybe if we're lucky, they just implode. Quite disappointed that Kyiv to Ruthenia doesn't have any unique reforms or privileges. That's why I installed a mod for today's stream. So now we actually do get good stuff. Anyway, rivals. I kinda wish Poland wasn't so nice to Halich. Or Lithuania. I don't even know. Screw it. Mstislav. Can I even get the CB on you? Spy on Smolensk. Okay, yeah, we could if we wanted to, I guess. We don't need the actual CB against Smolensk. When's that first expansion coming? I actually have no idea. I think they delayed it. Well, obviously they delayed it, because it would have been out already. But I think they're really focusing on trying to improve the base game before releasing any content, because if you think about it in this way, any content they release is also going to be subject to, like, tech debt. Where if they want to fundamentally change some parts of the game in the future, then they would also have to go back and change a bunch of stuff for the DLC. Maybe tech debt isn't the word for that, but... you know what I mean. Alright, what else can we build here? A little more amber. People love amber. Horses. It's probably good for now. You can form the EU? Yeah, if you turn on ahistorical countries. We actually get a bunch of stuff for that too. Because of the mod. Anyway, let's wait and see how this plays out. Can you afford more troops? Not really, I just don't have much manpower. Hold on. Hey man. What's this? Hey man, what's this? What's up? Yeah. Yup. I thought I was the only person who could declare this war. I thought as the faction leader, I was the only person who was allowed to kick off the independence war. County of Central Macedonia. Oh, that is so cursed, man. They didn't even take Constantinople. No one did. Ooh, that's pretty cursed. Anyway. I don't know if I actually want to fight this, but hey. We'll give it a shot. Wrong button. That's the button. Ooh, no, hold on. That's the button. Independence movement disbanded too. That's lovely. I guess we're going to war with the Great Horde. No, that's cool. That's neat. What am I gonna do, chat? What am I gonna do? I think they're also doing it to gather some goodwill and keep the player base away from going back to EU4. Well, okay, I don't think they're succeeding in that second part, but I think you are right. They're choosing to delay the release of the DLC because they realized that it would kind of look bad to release the DLC when the game needed so much work. Unrelated but kind of related tangent. How's Civ 7 doing these days? Nobody wants to attach? Come on, man. It's so cooked if we don't attach. Well, maybe not. Civ is drastically improved. Are people going back to EU4? A little bit. I think people are going back to EU4 mostly just to play mods. I mean, you can check on SteamDB. Are people actually going back to EU4? Or are fewer people playing EU5? Let's take a look at that player count. They are not really going back to EU4. As it turns out, actually, the release of EU5 dramatically reduced the EU4 player base, and it has not gone back up. Most Civ YouTubers these days are just playing Civ 6 now. Are they still releasing content for Civ 6, or are they just completely focused in on Civ 7? Firaxis has put a lot of work into fixing the issues Civ 7 had at launch, and it's a much better game now. Okay. That's good to hear. My main concern was when I was looking at... Oh god, no, please. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. Never mind, never mind. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Do not engage. Do not engage. I repeat. Don't do this. You fool. It's not worth it. You have so much to live for. Oh, I don't want to help you. I really don't want to help you. Yeah, come here, come here, come here, bro. Come here. We need to stay together. We need to stay together and we die together, okay? Don't move. Anyway, what was I saying? The Civ 7 DLC, the one that was like the waves and the pirates and whatever. did look a little bit concerning because they did drop that DLC for, I think it was 40 doubloons. And it did not seem super well received. Civ 7 will be the best game in the series. It's just going to take until 2028. Maybe. No, the most recent DLC was actually free. Okay. Well, from the context clues, the one that costs $40 is the one that I'm talking about. Or at least it was free to claim until January. That would certainly be a way of doing it. Man, what do I even do? Novgorod is just sitting here doing nothing. Thanks, Novgorod. When do I get the Bulgarians to get over here? And where are the Serbs? Where is everybody? Army size of Serbia, 0. That's cool. That is really good. Am I really gonna have to, maybe not solo the Horde, but... Ooh, do I want to fight this? Are you fighting this? We could maybe fight this. We ball. Give me liberty or give me death. That was actually really easy. That's crazy. Actually, hey, do you think I could have this? Do you think maybe I could own this? Instead of you, because I would like to have it. I find it hard to believe that Civ 7 can ever be salvaged. I mean, I feel like it could be. Last 5 Hoi 4 DLCs are all negative. Yeah. I don't really know what's up with Hoi 4, to be honest. But, Civ 7 just kind of feels like... To me, I don't really like it as much conceptually. Like, down to its very core, I don't like Civ 7 as much. And it's for, like, a really shallow reason. It's literally just because you swap civs throughout the game. That's it. And it's like a core gameplay mechanic that I know they're not going to change because, like, that's the entire... Like, if you boil down Civ 7 to its basic elements, what makes it Civ 7? That is right in there, right in the middle. You might call that the core of Civ 7, is the fact that you swap civs every age. But I just don't like it. They are changing it? Wait, what? Hold on. Pause. Oh, this is revolutionary news. Wait a minute. This is a game changer. They haven't changed it yet. Okay. That's an actual game changer. It will be happening this year sometime. Okay. When they release that, when they change that mechanic, I will be there. I will play Civ 7 at least one more time. Because one of the things that I really like about the Civ franchise is, well, it's actually kind of the same thing that I like about all of like historical games. So like you have Civ and the Paradox games, of course. And one of the things I really like is this idea of playing a country that maybe at some point didn't exist anymore. Like, I don't know, you're playing the Aztecs, right? They existed and then now they're gone. But wouldn't it be neat to think of what would happen if they weren't gone? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? And that's one of the core things I really like about all of these games. But when Civ 7 is like, yeah, you want to play as the Inca, unfortunately, you have to roleplay their downfall too. Yeah, you have to roleplay not being the Inca anymore. Also, what is this fight? We're cooked, aren't we? Well, hold on. Ooh, that's a lot of professional horse archers. Save me, Muscovy. Muscovy, save me. Muscovy, please. You're not even in here. Where even are you? Muscovy, I'm dying. Muscovy, please. They're not fast enough. I don't know why the game was like, hey, you're gonna win this. I don't know how I got gaslit by the game that hard. We are not winning this. What is that, one professional cavalry? Ooh, wait, I won that? What? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Total victory. We take that. Okay. Never mind. The house always wins. Never punished for making a bad move. The truth is, the game was rigged from the start. Must be the mod, surely. Do I want anything here? Maybe construction speed, but not really. Am I paying for food? No. Okay, so what do I want? I want this and I want that. I want this. Probably this and this. Oh right, yeah, we turned on hard mode. I should probably change these. I'm gonna tank my income real quick. I'm playing on hard or very hard? Hard, okay. We're all just alt history nerds who kind of want to find out. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. My entire motivation for playing Paradox games is But wouldn't it be interesting? That's it. Wouldn't it be interesting if this happened instead? That's why on the surface, I do like the concept of having multiple start dates. But then also the idea of actually implementing multiple start dates sounds horrendous. I don't know why, like, we're technically on this province, but... like, not really. Like, we are here, but... yeah, that's weird. Anyway. Good Friday, Corbett. Hello, Jackson. How's it going? Don't remember, is difficulty actual AI skill or just modifiers? I think it's just modifiers. That's what it usually is. Now, I think the Golden Horde actually shattered. Like, this war... oh, it's not done yet, actually. Never mind. They're still in a civil war. Oh, but they have 26 units. We're so back. Go mass occupy the Golden Horde. Do you max minting? No. I'll usually increase it a little bit just so I can get enough inflation for the Parliament issue to reduce it, but... yeah, you can change AI aggression now. That'll sort of change the way they play. Also, can I please... wait, no, I do have this. Just looks different. Okay. Wait, aren't you my subject? No, who's this? Oh, that's Smolensk. Never mind. Map color too similar? We have to kill that guy. Okay, so I want this and I want that. Do I get independence automatically or no? Release all Kievan slaves. How many do you have? I guess we'll never know. Oh, they're using the break free of the Tatar yoke CB.
Can't believe I woke up to missing a late night stream. How's 1.1 so far? Also, hi quarbs and chat.
Thank you very much. I sell salt for the 22 months in the Kingsguard. You're gonna make me feel old. 1.1 is pretty solid so far. Much better than it used to be. Okay, I don't know if I actually get independence or if I'm already independent or how any of this works. Oh my god. Wars of the Golden Horde, and you look inside and there are like 70 of them. Dear God. Okay, I don't think we count as a subject. No, I think we technically have our independence. Is Japan playable yet, though? I have no idea. I'm gonna let someone else figure that one out. Can I have this? No. Okay. Alright, we can get a CB on Volhynia. Oh, never mind. We don't get the Destroy Rival CB. Why? That's weird. I can't even generate one against you. That's weird. That's really weird. Where your allies going? I don't know. Oh, you get the attack threatening rival if they're both your rival and a threat. Is Ruthenia not a threat? No, I guess not. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. If you close the borders, conquer a populated province, and expel from that province whilst encouraging migration in your capital, can you shuffle pops to your locations with higher control? Yes. That is, in fact, a very large part of how I at least survived playing the Inca. I don't know if you still need to do that. Well, no, you kind of do need to do that. Because, like, if you urbanize as the Inca, and then you have the apocalypse sweep through, you are going to de-urbanize dramatically. Like, all your burghers are gonna die. Your peasants are gonna die. But the tribesmen, for whatever reason, have enormous resistance to diseases. So everyone dies, and then you have to move a bunch of tribesmen back into the capital. How much money do you have? I would like to take it. This is an exceedingly cursed peace deal. But what else am I supposed to do with this war I've been thrust into? It's just so cursed. I guess I could always try to take more. That's true. Oh, but if I wait too long, then the war leader, who's Smolensk, they might peace out. Well, we do like gambling. We'll wait until these are occupied. Don't get greedy. I love being greedy. Warm water port. I don't know how much good a port's gonna do for us. Besides, we can't even take one. Well, I mean, we could. I love being greedy. I guess we could. We could actually get a port. It's a little subject down here. You don't actually make that much money. Crimea. What's the religion? Tengri. Tengri or Sunni? Alan paganism. Movement speed without a road plus 5%. That is so oddly specific. Okay. What am I doing? I don't need this territory. Genuinely, what am I doing? This is dumb. Like, at most, I would take maybe a bit more. Actually, no, because I can't even take that much. I really wish we had the mechanic where I could ask Smolensk to hand this over to me. Like, if I could claim it as territory that I want. Or at least over here, because, like, what are you gonna do with this? You can't core this. You can't even take this land. So why can't I have it? Do we have, like, favors to transfer occupation? Is that a thing? No, I don't think so. Transfer subject? Huh. They take it just to block you from having it? Sometimes it does feel like that. But if I take anything here, then they feel too fractured. I mean... You're already kind of cooked, man. I don't think it matters that much. I could take this. This sucks. Okay, money and a bit of territory, it's fine, and then we'll come back at some point, it's not a big deal. I'm getting upset over nothing. Okay, so the proximity absolutely sucks over here. We do have a historical subject, the Crimean Horde. That's a lot of cores. We could return them. On the other hand, that's a really big subject. We'll see about that. I mean, I will release them. And I will also drink water. Because my voice is dying after 8 hours of speaking. It's not a lot of AE to conquer at all. Because I'm giving them cores. And that's... I think it's less antagonism. But annexing them is going to be a big pain, and that's the biggest issue. But maybe it won't be an issue. Who knows? It'll be a vassal. There you go, Crimea. And then we're going to release a custom subject. Yeah, we'll release one over here as a fiefdom. Now this stuff is Crimean. By and large. But I don't really want Crimea to have it because you're going to be large enough anyway. So you can actually have this. Okay, did anybody care about that? Not really. Okay. Man, I really wish I had used the Independence CB, and then I should have done all the work myself, and then I should have done... I should have occupied as much as possible. And then it would have been cheaper because the independence CB gives you minus 25% cost. And now I just feel dumb. Hi, Animal. Is it good? It is better. Although I guess a lot of the early game doesn't feel too different. Can I get a CB on you? Humiliate rival. I don't want that one. What about you? Humiliate rival. I don't want that one though. Who can I even fabricate a CB against? Oh right, theoretically everybody, even if there are no actual options. I wish it didn't do that. Oh, religious war against Lithuania, maybe. What about Turov? You were just recently released, but we can't get a CB against you. And this is, I think it's actually pronounced like Suka or something? I don't know. CB question mark? No, because you're Orthodox, aren't you? Yes, you are. Are you Orthodox? No, you're Romuva. But you're too far away. I also can't get that CB. Right. That's still not an it's good. I'm gonna play much further into the game before I make a decision on that, I think. Yeah, what is the move here? I don't even know. Can't go after Lithuania. No, we can go after Lithuania. But not really, because they don't have the religious war CB. Yeah, that is really good, actually. Shoot. I guess it's just gonna be parliaments here on out. Parliaments and integrating Chernihiv. So I guess we'll get rid of the, actually, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and, wait a second, independence. I don't need the independence CB. No, I do. Why am I a subject still? Okay. Well, you know what? That's actually good for me. Because I like the independence CB. It gives me a minus 25% cost on conquering. This is actually fine. But then we don't really need this. We don't really need that. Speaking of Parliament CBs, though. Let's see, what's a dead end for conquering? Bohemia, we could take stuff. I guess we could go after this little cluster of nations here. these four, and then just basically turn these directly into subjects. Should build some roads and bridges. Well, it depends on where our wealth is. Because I feel like that would be a disproportionate cost. At least for now. But yeah, we can do this. And I can either pick up a CB or get a law change. And the thing is, like, the Black Death is gonna happen pretty soon. Well, actually, there's nothing we can really do about that. We do kind of need, like, all of this. Okay, we can go after Ruthenia, I think. That shouldn't be too bad. Maybe. I think it would be easier to go after these four and then come back to Ruthenia. Let's do that. Yeah, we're gonna grab a CB. I think after Turov? Sure. Doesn't really matter. Take that, and we will raise maintenance. Go to war. Not go to war because we have no diplomats. Whoa. Huh? What? What? What happened? What? No antagonism. Did they misclick the annex button? I'm struggling to figure out how they even accomplished this. Do they get... Okay, so they use the overthrow the Tatar yoke CB. Does that give you an annex golden horde button? For free? With absolutely no downsides, including no antagonism? I must say, pretty perplexing. Okay. That's certainly one of the moments of all time. I don't really know what to say to that. I think we need a library in here. Oh, we're building one, right? We should build this too. I suspect the lack of antagonism is due to nobody caring. Well, okay, let me highlight the issue. So I took some land from the Golden Horde, right? what we see from... Okay, so this is the former Jochid rival warlord. And you can see that from taking territory, we got 7.7. And we took this, and we took this. Smolensk has a total of 0 antagonism from peace treaties. Which means that they didn't actually take the territory in a peace deal. That's the most perplexing part of this. I'm not really sure how this outcome even happened. Alright. That's cool, I guess. We'll deal with that. Rebels should take it back, right? I don't even know. Maybe? Anyway, we'll deal with Smolensk at some point. Because I feel like we can just take all of this from Smolensk. In fact... Yeah, okay, we need more diplomats, but let's go ahead and increase this and increase this. Because we're about to go to war. It's just so weird. It's so weird, but like what makes it even weirder is that they are annexed by Smolensk, but this guy becomes the new Golden Horde and inherits all of the relationships of the Horde, which isn't that crazy if they concluded a civil war, but the old Golden Horde was like annexed. It's just so weird. Oh yeah, you're right, we do need to change Crimea's religion. Maybe your religion too. Oh, you're Orthodox, okay. Right. Pause. Why am I at war with you right now? Can someone tell me why Ruthenia is involved in this? Literally nobody invited them. They weren't allied to anybody. How did this even happen? You allied them in the middle of the war. I forgot you could do that. That is definitely, that is certainly an EU5 mechanic that I forgot exists. Rival intervention? I guess it could have been that. Please attach to me. Thank you. I feel like I played somewhere around here somewhat recently. But who was it? Because I remember destroying some kind of patriarchate and someone being like, oh, by the way, that gives you negative infinite diplo rep for the entire rest of the game. But I don't remember who I was playing when I did that. Lithuania? Maybe? Can you please stop running? Played Lithuania, okay. I could have sworn that was a live stream, but I didn't live stream Lithuania, right? Did I live stream Lithuania once? I don't think so. Definitely made a video for them. No? Okay. I could have sworn it was, maybe it was like a different run then. I don't know, it doesn't really matter too much. Well, I guess it does, because like, if I destroy another one of those... Didn't that happen in your Florence campaign? Maybe that was it. You know what? You might be right. Did I take Constantinople in that game? And then I lost infinite diplo rep? Florence wasn't very recent. Well, yeah, it wasn't very recent, but I also haven't really recently played too much. Like, it was definitely before... It was before Brittany, it was before Bavaria, so it might have been Florence. Okay, Chernihiv, would you like to be annexed? Not really. Not until another 7 years pass. Really? 7 years? That doesn't sound right. You haven't been my subject for only 2 years. Or 3 years. No, that's wrong. That's wrong, but I can't figure out why it's messed up like this. You have been my subject for at least 5 years. And yet, it's pretending like they've only been my subject for 3 years. I think we're inventing new bugs. Does Crimea have claims in Smolensk? I assume they automatically get them. Well, we can check. No. We in fact can't even fabricate them. Wait, why? Wait a second, don't you have cores? These are cores. Cores, but no CB? Infinite cores, but 0 CBs? Why? They need to build one for you? That's kind of cooked. I don't know. Alright. Okay, well, we can improve relations with our subjects. They actually kind of like me, though. So you know what? Maybe I'll decrease my Diplo spending. And actually, I'm going to build this again. Diplo spending is kind of expensive. You can check if they're spying on the Horde. Well, I want them to spy on Smolensk. Building a spy network in Haytuk. Why? Well, I guess you have cores here too. That's kind of cursed. Yeah, that's a cursed move. I don't even know what to say to that. Oh, not at war with you. I thought I was. No, they actually didn't get rid of you as a subject. Okay. Alright, well, after Volhynia it is. And yeah, I actually am going to make them into subjects. If they didn't want to be subjects, then why are they subject size? Checkmate. Maybe don't transfer you. Actually, that costs 28. Am I crazy? Why can't they take both? What's happening? There we go. Okay, so if I just want to take Turov. So, as a fiefdom, it's 28 cost. If I fully annex manually, it's 22 cost. So it's cheaper. And it auto-transfers their subject to me. What if I do the same thing over here? That's 36 cost? It brings it up to 58. What if I just take it? 73. Okay, so that one's pretty valid. Wait. Yeah. That's a valid move. You get auto-transferred to me because you're a subject of Turov, who we are annexing. And then... yeah, we have like no proximity. But we could take... well, what if I separate piece you? Hold on. Could you tell me why I'm getting this much antagonism? No. Okay. Oh, hold on. Never mind. I think they added this back in. Hold on. I get minus 50% antagonism for being a subject? Hold on a second. That has some advantages. Aggressor is a subject and not in control of their own actions. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Not in control of my actions. Certainly. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I'm doing. In that case, we could probably take quite a bit. We could probably take a good amount. It's OP. It's a little bit strong, maybe. Maybe a little bit. So who's getting the full 218? Ruthenia, and then there's Halich Turov, which will be dead. Okay, so a couple countries won't like this. That's true. But do I care? That is a tough one. I think we can probably take this much of Ruthenia, but nothing more than this. Actually, let's double check. 51 to take this. Vassal's 36. Let's see what I can do to everybody else first. Oh, they didn't fix this bug, did they? You swap between... Yeah, you swap between countries and it just doesn't fix the weird map overlay problem. Until you do something like that. That's kind of weird. Anyway, you as a vassal. 35 antagonism. Minus 50% is ludicrous. That's ridiculous, man. It's crazy that they actually don't get a penalty for not being the co-belligerent. Like, they're not even a main target. And there's no additional aggressive expansion. That's crazy. Oh, what do you know? Wait, do you have an army? No, okay. We'll speed 5 that. Okay, so I gotta ask. You over here, that's a decent bit of aggressive expansion. Brings Ruthenia up by 30. What if I just take it? Still brings Ruthenia up by 30.
I'm sorry to inform you, my liege, but it's speed 7 now. The times have changed.
You're right, Salt. The times have changed, but I don't think I'm going to ever get used to saying speed 7. But thank you very much for the 50 Czech doubloons. $35 antagonism. Wait, I can literally just see that it's the same. If it's the same, I might as well just take it, right? Because then I can re-release it and they don't hate me. Why would I make a vassal? Or why would I vassalize them and not just take the territory and release them? I guess it's cheaper, so you can take more if you really want to, but it's the same antagonism. It's kind of weird that it's the same antagonism. Well, anyway. We're gonna go ahead and do that, because it makes them hate me less. Right, we still need to occupy Volhynia. You guys can actually not attach, and you can siege things. And I'm going to split in half. Or not.
Money's not even real, actually.
Also, my liege, it is totally X now, not Twitter.
Nah, that's fake news. Pretty sure it's still Twitter. I think it'll stop being Twitter when any one person that I know in real life stops calling it Twitter. Not a single person that I speak to on a regular basis calls it X. In like 30 years, I'm gonna be like, hey, did you see that tweet? And someone's gonna be like, what do you mean tweet? Don't you mean the zeet or whatever they're calling it nowadays? I've heard people call it I've heard people call it shitter before, the Chinese way, using X. Okay, that's a good one. I think it'll always be the platform X, formerly Twitter. I think that'll be the official name for the time being. Ooh, that's a lot of antagonism. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's a lot of antagonism, guys. It's quite a bit. What a lot of antagonism. Man, that sure was a lot of antagonism. Okay, what am I doing where and why and how? I'm gonna create you as a fiefdom. I don't even know how to divide this. We're gonna make this as a fiefdom. I'm gonna make that as a fiefdom. You get to have this. And you can have that. And you can have... Yeah, you can have that. Do I want to give you anything else? Yeah, it's probably best to give you that stuff. Okay, that'll work. There we go. Everybody's happy. Okay, well maybe not everybody, but yeah, hold on. Maybe not everybody. That's Poland. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that.
Money's not even real, actually.
Did you know that Seaman is a given name in Eastern Slavic places, meaning Seaman of Slutsk who is a real possible person? Last doubloon message, possibly.
There's so much to unpack here. Thank you, Salt, for the 50 doubloons. Did you know that Semen, I assume it must be pronounced, is a given name in the Eastern Slavic places, meaning Semen of Slutsk is a real possible person. Must have been a local legend if he ever visited anywhere in England or I guess any Anglo country. How funny that is kind of depends on when they're born, if they're a real person. Because in the modern era, I think you'd have to be trolling to name your kid like that. But some people also do that intentionally, so. Like, I knew this one kid in the 5th grade who had a pun as his name, and it was kind of unfortunate. It wasn't even like a bad pun. Obviously, I'm not going to say it because, like, it's his full name is a pun. But it was just kind of devastating to realize that he was named because his parents thought it would be funny. Poor guy. Haven't spoken to that guy literally since the 5th grade, but I still remember him. Hold on. Okay. What else can we do? Well, we're gonna try and survive real quick. So, Poland, please don't kill me. I was just joking. I was just having a little prank. Just a prank, bro. And then I think I need to urbanize more. I think I'm going to urbanize the Amber province, maybe. Maybe. What does that give me access to? Nothing. Okay, maybe I'll do that then. Well, wool is useful for, like, for cloth maxing? I don't know. How's the independence movement? Non-existent. Yeah, we're just paying the Golden Horde for the love of the game at this point. We are no longer part... Hold on. Because Kyiv is the target of a coalition that Karachev is a member of. Also Black Death. Lovely. Was I just kicked out? I was just kicked out. But like everybody's kicked out, so does it really matter at that point? Like Novgorod is kicked out. Bulgaria's kicked out. Smolensk has been kicked out. I don't even care, to be honest. So we have our own autocephalous patriarchate now. That's cool. I would like to be the 3rd Rome, please. Where do I get to do that? Who knows? If you're attacked, is the Horde obliged to protect you? Yes, actually. I think so. But I would not protect them, or I would rather... English, oh my god, I can't even speak. I would not bet on them even being able to protect themselves at this point. What about Second Rome? You're right, Second Rome is still standing, so I mean... I guess we can't be Third Rome yet. Okay, that's gonna happen pretty quick. They didn't change this, did they? And even if they did, what am I gonna do with it? Like, isolating the country doesn't actually help you that much, does it? Build some hospitals? It's way too late for that. By the time the hospital's done, 400,000 people will already be dead. Besides, we're not really urbanized enough in the capital for me to care that much about building a hospital. I probably will build one at some point just for the character life expectancy, but this will take 365 days to build. And we're such a rural country? Yeah, exactly. We're such a rural country that it doesn't really matter that much. We're doing a theocracy run tonight. I wasn't planning on it. Also, why do you not like me? That's weird. Anyway, more important countries don't like me. Okay, so what if we decide to turn off trade and isolate the country? Is it going to do anything? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I like to think that it does something, even though I don't think it does. Yeah, we'll find out. Will the spy network in Smolensk? Well, we can't really invade them. Unless Crimea is doing something. Hold on. That is Smolensk. Holy war. Never mind. Yeah, so we can't actually get a CB on Smolensk unless we use a parliament. Why no procure remedies? Because... if we take this, don't we lock ourselves out of the other options? Let's wait until we actually need to worry about this. Oh, hello, Bulgaria. Purchase military access. Well, if you're willing to pay, I guess. Black Death spreads. Oh, brother, you've got to be kidding me. Smolensk. 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 My brother in Christ. Why are you like this? Hey, I remember making the AI... Hold on. Yeah, I didn't change your aggression. I put you on hard mode. Why is the AI this aggressive? Maybe it's because of hard mode. Anyway, yeah, this sucks. In the middle of the Black Death too? Don't you have a little something going on right now, man?
Money's not even real, actually.
As we say over here, Mass Smulu, D.
Whatever you say, Salt. As we say over here. Words I have no idea. Words I cannot possibly comprehend. Thank you for the 20 doubloons, though. How'd you get involved? I think they just declared war against me. No, wait a sec. Hold on a minute. I don't care about you. Why am I dragged into this war? Oh, same word as the root of Smolensk. Ah, gotcha. Okay, so why am I dragged into this? Why don't you just... It's always some bum trying to drag you into a fight. What is this? Come on, man. This has nothing to do with me. I would like to leave immediately. Why am I even here? The Golden Horde has war declared against them, and for some reason I'm just here? I hate this guy too. Let me leave. I want to be here. Okay, so it's called the First War of the Anti-Jochi Coalition because this guy is the rival Jochi warlord, which won the civil war with the Golden Horde and became the Golden Horde. So that's why it's called the Anti-Jochi Coalition. But like... Okay, yeah, first of all... How is this even a coalition? Where did this even come from? I have so many questions and there are no good answers to any of them. It's just so confusing. Will you save scum? I mean, like, what would that even do? Save scumming wouldn't even save me here. Like, I don't know what's happening. I guess I'll just defend my borders and subjects, and then leave. It's always... Okay, so like one of the things about, I guess, any Paradox game is that because they are systems, they kind of lose a lot of the dynamicism that actually existed in history. So like, in an event like this, where we actually don't like the Golden Horde, there's some rigid system going on in EU5 that's like, no, you don't understand. You have to defend the Golden Horde. But me, I don't like that guy. In fact, I fought on the side of the War of Independence to help kill him. And just like some other rigid system brought me back to war or as a subject. The war declaration said I'm the target. Oh, wait, what? Hold on, pause. That changes something. Wait, what? Oh, that actually makes more sense. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's just that the title is weird. Never mind. So I'm actually the defender on this? Well, no, I'm not the defender. The defender's the Golden Horde. They're the war leader. Okay. So it's just like the name is weird. Oh. Okay. But thank you, Saul, for the 20 doubloons again. No, I guess that makes more sense. Okay, well then in that case, yeah, I literally just sit here and I wait. That's it. I would like to not sit here and wait because waiting is expensive. Then we also have the Black Death. Oh, dude, I completely forgot. Segregate the infected. Oh. Okay, we haven't lost too many people. Present scapegoats. Move court into hiding. Maybe a good idea, because we don't really have an heir, do we? No. We have no heir. Perhaps we should go into hiding. Because it's pretty bad in Kyiv. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, maybe. Ooh. That's kind of too bad. You know what, actually? What if I just disband all of my levies and then wait? No, that's dumb. Never mind. They'll white peace me eventually, I think. Just don't pay the army. I think I won't pay the forts. Probably pay the army, though. I'm not going to pay as much stability. Don't want to be broke. Oh, don't worry, we already have the heavy cav. Oh, okay, never mind, he died anyway. That's cool. That is really neat. Okay, so... So who are you? The Prince of Rilsk and the Regent of Kyiv. And we do not have an heir. We have a dynastic dead end. So now what? That is the question. We could change the succession laws to allow one of his daughters to rule. There's no mechanic for finding a king now, is there? We could get the Grand Principality of Muscovy to bring this guy over. Can we even do that? Oh, we don't have the... Okay, hold on. do not have the advance. Oh, we can't change how our heir is determined during our regency. Okay. You can enact your regent as ruler. I don't like that, though. Let me just ask this local hobo in a plague-struck Kyiv. What I mean by finding a king is when you have a dynastic dead end. Going back and, like, going back through the family tree and trying to figure out who would be the next in succession. Because I feel like it would be reasonable, when this king just died, for the guy in Muscovy to be like, oh, actually, I should be the ruler. Well, to be fair, this guy is another Rurikovich. And he is a prince in our vassal. Okay, you know what? This is actually a very valid ruler. In terms of legitimate rulers, this is definitely one of them. Wait, who is this? Some different dynasty? Mindaugas used to rule in Kyiv? Huh. Anyway. Are we gonna have an eternal regency? Well, no, we'll just probably make him the ruler. Oh, no, wait a second, because he's the ruler in... Oh, really? This is a real thing that exists in the game? Real, unironic mechanic? Bruh. What am I supposed to do? This can't be... this can't be intended Kyiv gameplay, right? Your ruler dies from the plague, and then... And then what? Eternal Regency. Oh. Hold on. Different Regency? Who are you? Oh, that guy just died, didn't he? Wait a second. He's dead. Even the regents are dying. And the crazy thing is, I can't even offer... Oh my god, I can't even separate piece this. I can't even separate piece this. I don't think it has ever been this cooked. I can't separate peace. I have an eternal Regency. I feel like I'm playing as a total war faction. Just infinite war and unchanging mechanics. Could we load a save before the death, you know? Yes, but it makes me really sad when I have to reload a save to bypass a mechanic working as intended. Okay, maybe not intended, but... like, every time I have to reload because a mechanic is dumb, an angel loses its wings. We could lose antagonism. No, I'm taking the money. Yeah, I'm taking the money. How cooked are we? We're kind of fine. I love the negative battle. That's cool. Annex your subject that the regent is from. The problem is, like, if I do that, he might die in the process of annexation. I think I'm just gonna wait for the event where he just becomes the new ruler. I'm just gonna suffer through this. I don't think I can change the course of any of... well, maybe I can get lucky and he doesn't die. But... what do we have available to us here? We could get archers and horsemen. Archers and horsemen. What if I just get horsemen? Does anyone have armored horsemen? I don't think so. I could hire this guy. Should reload. I feel like I'm gonna reload and then do the exact same thing again. Like, the war's still gonna happen because it was actually against me. And then... whatever chance of my guy dying is just, I don't know. Might die again and then I have to, like, fight this war again. Not reload war, just the death. No, I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna live with it. This is part of my... I'm trading my tolerance for Iron Man mode. Who's the offensive war leader? I think it's Smolensk. Really, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the Golden Horde to just kick them in the teeth. I would like that money. Yeah, I'm taking that money. Kind of waiting to see if the Golden Horde's gonna kick him in the teeth. If not, that's life, I guess. If not, then we literally just wait, I think. The thing is, Smolensk has like an actual city with a fort. It's kind of a problem. See, this is what I mean. Like, even if we annex the guy who lead, or the vassal that the Regent's from, he's just gonna die. Also, where are my subjects? Why are my subjects not in this war? It only, like, the rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper. War is declared against me. My subjects say, we're not taking part in this. Fight it yourself. Why do I even keep you around? My subjects won't help me. The Golden Horde is dead, but they also won't peace out. They're the actual war leader. I cannot peace out of this war. I am restricted by the game. They will not allow me to peace out because I'm not the war leader. War was declared against me, but I'm not the war leader. The Golden Horde is the war leader. The Golden Horde does not want to peace out. The Golden Horde also has no army, but they don't want to peace out. Declare independence. I can't. I can't do that. I'm also forbidden from declaring independence. Also, what did that say? Hold on. Kyiv is the target of an independence movement that Trebizond is a member of. And it's literally just Crimea. Because I converted them to Orthodox. And then we're also getting hit with the Giga Black Death. We've lost over 200,000 people. 94 manpower, I'll take it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's ever been this cooked. It's just, this is crazy, man. We're actually not getting hit too bad, to be honest. If you bypass my forts, I will alt F4, don't you dare. Is this Iron Man? Can you just go piece them out manually? I could, yeah. Yeah. I could tag swap to the Golden Horde and just do a piece. This is true. That would free me from my torment nexus. I mean, this is an acknowledged bug. Wait, is it? Do you promise? Well, okay. Is it a bug though? Or like, does this work exactly the way that it does in EU4? I think it works exactly the way that it does in EU4. Like, you declare war on a subject, and the overlord becomes the war leader, and they actually get to choose to peace out. Joanna said that they can't fix the subject war leader thing right now. Okay. That's a separate issue though, right? Like, this is a completely different scenario. The subject war leader thing is when they have a rebellion, so they become the war leader in that rebellion. This is because I'm a subject of the Golden Horde, and a coalition war was started against me. And the Golden Horde is the overlord. So they become the war leader. Like, this is actually working as intended. The thing that doesn't make sense is that the Golden Horde is not willing to peace out when they have no manpower. Or maybe it does. Maybe they think they're winning. That could also be true. I'm honestly not too sure. I think... wait, no, that's occupied by Bulgaria. What can I even do to help you? Nothing, because it's all just Bulgaria. The best we can do, I think, is actually sit here. The problem is, like, I cannot peace out of this war. I'm not allowed to. I have to wait for the Golden Horde to decide that this war is done. And I have to pray that they don't decide to give up infinite concessions. Which they might do, despite the fact that we're not even technically losing the war. Like, we are, but we're not, and it's kind of complicated. Sure. Also, I think I said I wanted to urbanize something. Maybe the Amber... No, this is way more people. I'm gonna do this. Well... you can always move people. I do like wool. How much wool do we have? Not that much wool. The valuable wool, yeah, well, in quotes. It's just that having more wool is useful so that we can build more spinners. And then turn that into cloth. Or silk, or whatever you want to call it. And the amber is, like, somewhat useful, but it's really only used in jewelry, I think. Yeah, well, we'll urbanize this. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Ooh. We have no masonry? Pause. We're importing masonry. That's a travesty. We're not doing that. It's the North America dude I listened to while laying in bed is streaming. very rare occasion. Yeah, we're gonna build some masonry. Release me. Actually, what if I just start sieging you? Aren't all your troops over here? Yeah. 3,100. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna siege you. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cooked. But it could be worse. We're gonna do this and ask for a law change. Religious teachings? Yeah, sure. Sure. Wait, aren't I at war with you? Wait a minute. Oh no, that was Ruthenia, wasn't it? And also, I'm not at war with you any- No, I am at war with you. Okay. Release me. Free me from my shackles. The raiding shall continue until morale improves.
My liege, should I make freshly ground coffee at 1:30 AM with a mechanical grinder louder than a drill, or do I cry over my broken 800 modern world?
I don't think those things are mutually exclusive, Salt. I feel like you could do both. I feel like you could definitely cry over a freshly ground cup of coffee at 1:30 AM about your broken 800 mod RimWorld. I think you can definitely do both at the same time. Come on, man, please! Please! I'm okay. No, I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm chilling. This guy does not want to be orthodox. No, we're good. We're good. We're good, guys. We're chilling. We are totally chilling right now. Hungary? Oh, fuck. Oh, it's so cooked. I just wanted to play as Kyiv, man. I just wanted to play a bit of Kyiv. Why am I fighting Hungary? Oh, God, man. It's so cooked. Reload the save. I don't think we're fixing it. I don't know if we're gonna save it with the reload. I made Crimea Orthodox and they brought the wrath of God upon my country. That's crazy. I made them Orthodox and they pulled out Hungary like they're a stand user and just... It's so cooked. Can I just grant them independence? You want independence? You can have independence. It's just Crimea. It's just Crimea. I just wanted them to be a subject, and I made them Orthodox. Whoever said make Crimea Orthodox, mods, ban that guy. I should not have listened to them. Don't actually ban him. I'm kidding, of course. Oh my god, it's so cooked. It's so cooked. It's unbelievably cooked. No, trust, we got this. Hey, at least I got my subjects with me for this war. No. I'm just gonna lock in. I'm just gonna lock in. I just have to 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 lock in. Free me from my prison. Golden Horde, I have offered you Smolensk on a silver platter. Please. Please peace out. It will genuinely never be freer than right now, Golden Horde. Please. Golden Horde. Golden Horde, please. Golden Horde, save me. Save me, Golden Horde. free me from these chains. I have given you 20% war score. Golden Horde, please. Let's go! And they took one location. Thanks for nothing. Screw you, actually. Okay, war number 1 dealt with. Antagonism cleared. Gains kept. Except for Crimea, we have to deal with that now. Step 2. Kill this guy. See, I could grant them independence.
Real, actually.
My dumb Toho joke got censored due to girl.
What? Oh, really? This sentence? Thank you, Salt, for the extra 20 doubloons. Okay, wait. To be able to grant them independence, I need positive 10 war score. To grant them independence, I need to have 10 war score. What do they mean by this? Surely that's a typo? Probably, yeah. Actually, is Kyiv even a proper fort? It is, okay. I actually feel like we don't need this fort. Surrendering from a position of strength? It is a power move, I guess. I don't think I've had peace for like the past 8 years. It's just suffering. Ooh, but Hungary. Hungary can't reach me. Can you? You fool. You clown. Point at him and laugh, chat. I guess I could grant them independence if I don't want to fight the war anymore and I have enough war score. And like the alternative is that they just use their own war score to take independence. They could try to get military access. No, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I'm manifesting that they will not do that. Actually, can I pay you to screw off? Maybe. Nah, they won't do anything. I'm manifesting so hard, in fact, that I'm gonna decrease my spending. Because I have maximum unshakable confidence. They are, in fact, not going to do anything. I'm all in on nothing ever happens. Can't you peace out now? Well, if I want to give them independence, yeah. List of offers. Crimea and their allies are granted independence. I'm not doing that. In fact, I might even disband the levies a little bit. That's how confident I am. Just business as usual. Oh, you know what I completely forgot to do? This is embarrassing. I should swap this to infrastructure, then most profitable. Oops. Don't be overconfident, please. Why would you go into a Quarbit stream expecting anything other than overconfidence? Why would you expect anything other than pure hubris on this channel? The normal piece deal? I mean, we could like white piece, but I don't... Actually, yeah, okay. A minute ago we couldn't, but now we can white piece.
Money's not even real, actually.
Just have to be locked in girl's secret room.
Thank you for the 20 check doubloon salt. I have no idea what the reference actually means. The only thing I know about Toho is Bad Apple because that's a good song. And that's literally it. Something about a slow and insidious killer. The only slow and insidious killer here is me. And when I say slow, let's just say, mentally. Okay, yeah, we could do a quick white piece, and I guess they become a subject again. I wish I could just annex them, but then what would I do? Re-release them again? And then what? Make them orthodox again? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna white piece. Nothing happens, right? I'm gonna save because I don't trust this game. Yes, you are my subject. Let's go! We're so back. If you think about it, this was actually total Kyiv victory. Like, we were declared war against twice, and we lost nothing. Literally the best possible outcome for us. I also forgot to re-enable trade, my bad. We're actually untouchable, if you think about it. Literally reading Toho manga right now? There's Toho manga? I thought it was just the games. I thought it was the games, and then they had the one song that came from one of the games. And aren't there like 30 of them too? Now you just need a king. True. Now we just need someone brave enough to take the throne. Also, why are we not employing the library in Kyiv when I specifically asked you to fulfill all of the infrastructure before doing anything else? Also, are you not a rival? Ooh. Poland kind of scares me. I'm gonna keep being friends with Poland. I would like to destroy Smolensk into 1,000 tiny pieces. It is kind of weird that I still can't rival them, actually. Are they too strong for me? They are not a threat. Okay, but why can't I rival them? Is it because your subject is my rival? Is that it? And who is even this? Why are you a threatening... Oh no, enmity, never mind. I feel like you should be able to sort by threat. That would be kind of cool. Oh, these guys aren't a threat. I don't even know. I think your opinion's too high. With Smolensk? Hardly. But maybe that could be the issue. There are official manga, but canon and plot in Toho is a specific thing. Canon and plot in Toho is a specific thing. Oh, like there's an official timeline, and the manga may or may not include the timeline. Okay, well, that was certainly in everything. It is currently almost 8 o'clock for me. Oh no, the manga is canon always. Oh, but Toho is canon irrelevant. Okay, gotcha. Okay. This game, I think, keeps trolling me. Like, I know for sure that it's gaslighting me at this point. Like, I've had Chernihiv as a vassal for so long. And yet, every time I go back to check, it says, hey, sorry, you have to wait another 7 years for you to integrate this subject. You have been my subject for like a solid 15 years at this point. Maybe not 15 whole years, but like it's been at least 10 years. And it's trying to tell me that I need to wait another 7 before it becomes 10 years. I know that's not true. I've been here the entire time. I know that this is lying to me. Crimea I could believe, because we had to fight for them to be a subject again. But not you. You've been here since day 1. See, even this guy, this one isn't gaslighting me. Well, it is a little bit, but it's gaslighting me less. it's saying, oh, you just have to wait until 1352. I made these subjects at the same time. How are you at a different speed? At a different... What? I don't even know. Anyway, we should accept some cultures. This one's really cheap to accept. This is also really cheap to accept. Hello, Mr. Tambourine Man. Yeah, there's a good chance we might end up calling it pretty soon for today. Because I think on Twitter I said like, oh, we're gonna do a somewhat short stream, less than 4 hours, and it's been almost 4 hours. And it's basically 8 o'clock for me, and I'm kind of hungry. Because I haven't had anything to eat for the past, like, 10 hours. Were they in Crimea's independence war? Yeah. On my side. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're gonna call it for today. This entire stream has been exhausting mentally. We'll declare independence against the Golden Horde when I get the CD. I guess we technically don't need it. Wait, no, yes we do. Because we have great relations? I hate this guy. Die. Now you have to return to this failed run next stream. Whoa, okay. Let's hold on a second. Chill. I wouldn't call this a failed run. We actually managed to expand and maintain all of our territory. We didn't lose anything. We didn't lose any subjects. We didn't lose any territory. Our antagonism was fine. We have a bunch of money. We don't even have any loans. We have decent crown power. I wouldn't call this a failed run. This is going pretty okay, actually. Not as well as it could be, but it's not that bad. You're smaller than Smolensk? Okay. Okay. You had me for a second there. I almost fell for the rage bait, and then I remembered. Been slightly scuffed, but not too bad. Exactly. It could be worse. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. I need to go and recover from that psychic damage I incurred today. Alright. Just to repeat it for everybody who wasn't here at the start, there are going to be fewer streams until the 20th. And then at the 20th, or on the 20th, there are going to be no streams until at least April 7th. So over the next 2-ish weeks, we're going to have maybe a handful of streams. There is not going to be a stream schedule, probably, because I'm going to be busy making videos. Videos that are going to release while I am gone between the 20th and the 6th. Just so everybody knows. I'm not dead. Well, I might be, actually. There's like a decent chance. Because me and my friends we're going to South Korea and then Japan. And when we're in Japan, we're going to go on a hike in Fukuoka. And the hike actually looks like it's going to be like pretty long. It's gonna be like a 6-hour hike. So when I say I'm not dead, take that with a grain of salt. I might actually die, who knows. Anyway, assuming I don't, then I'll get back on the 6th or the 7th. And then I can return to streaming and doing my regular stuff. I'm gonna repeat this for like the next 2 or however many streams as well. But anyway, don't expect too many streams in the next 2 weeks or any stream schedules. That's your public service announcement. Other than that, I might actually still see you guys tomorrow. I deliver that whole speech about fewer streams, and then it's like, well, there might be one tomorrow. We'll see. If I do see you tomorrow, then, you know, see you tomorrow, I guess. And if I don't, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. There's one video that is ready to release and may or may not release in the next couple of days. Well, it probably will. But we'll see. For now, thanks for being here. And I hope to see you soon. I'm mentally shot, so I'm not doing a good job of this outro, but I'll see you when I see you. Have a great rest of your evening. And good night. Actually, whoa, pause. Is anyone streaming right now? I keep forgetting to do this. I can raid someone right now. Let's hold that thought. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't think anybody is streaming right now. Nope, not on YouTube. What about on Twitch? Actually, it looks like Generalist kinda just started his own stream. So we're gonna send people on Twitch over to there. We're gonna do that real quick. He's doing, I think he's doing a charity. Yeah. We're gonna start a raid on Twitch then. And he does not stream on YouTube. Twitch isn't real. This is actually very true. Okay, we're gonna do the raid. And then I'm gonna go over to his actual stream, and I'm gonna post that in the YouTube chat if you want to go ahead and say hello to him very quickly. Here we go. Alright. For real this time, though, I will see you guys sometime soon. Good night.